before we close it, very pertinent points coming from the other end. But of importance, we started by asking or talking about the question of funding devolution. Funding is one thing. It remains a problem, just like corruption and accountability is. What will it take for us to sanitize it? Because as it is, we are dealing with this conversation under the Constitution that is on unless adjustments are made.
First and foremost, that goes to the national government. The national government plays a big role in success to the devolution. There must be goodwill. Money must be released on time. And then we need proper audit controls, proper checks on how the county government spend the money. I agree with the deputy governor. They need to look at the PFMA and try to redefine it to suit the current situation. As he says, some of those monies that are spent on recurrent are actually they're actually more of a development. When you fund students to the universities, when you put more resources to human resource. But the problem has been the national government sometimes delay releasing money. Today, there are certain counties that have not paid their own employees for about 2 to 3 months. And the claim is that money has not been disbursed. And at the same time, the national government says that it has disbursed the money. National government should devolve all those functions that were devolved by the Constitution. It has no business to distribute, like in agriculture, the national government has no business to distribute fertilizer. That should be done by the county governments. The previous regime went ahead to lease medical equipment on behalf of the county government.
These two governments should complement each other.
They should complement each other.
How do they then function in synchrony without, this altercation, without feeling like there's duplication of roles, without feeling like, well, someone is overstepping their mandate?
The Constitution is very clear. If each government should stick to its roles without overstepping on the other, and they remove the mistrust.
Are they not the governors that call on the president to come and bring goodies back at, home? And, when the president visits Murang'a, there is excitement, and we know that he comes with goodies. Is there a clear line as to what, in as much as you say the Constitution is clear?
That is the political side of it. And if we mix politics and development, you will always have such things. But in other jurisdictions, it works. Look at
Are we mature enough to manage it?
Oh, yes. 60 years over since we got independence. We should. Kenya has the best expertise. You'll find some of those people who would run our counties or run the government departments. They're in lecture rooms. They don't want to venture into leadership.
Well, we are lucky to have you from Murang'a as well as the Deputy Governor from Murang'a. And you've highlighted some of the success stories, especially under Governor Irungu Kang'ata. The question then, under this theme, or the theme of this year, of course, the future, the present, and, of importance, how can we get the county governments to be at the center of economic development?
Proper policies. Politics of development, as the Deputy Governor has stated it, proper accountability, and clear leadership. When you have a governor, and I'm happy about Murang'a. In fact, the Deputy Governor and the Governor should come and tell us the secret on how they are able to, work together.
In synchrony.
Yes. When you have a leadership that is working in synchrony, and also where you have a senator who is able to play his role without antagonizing the governor, where we have a county assembly that is working. You have a speaker and the entire assembly working with the governor. Then services will go to the people. But where you have wrangles, they will waste more time in politics as opposed to working for the people. So the simple thing is proper leadership, following proper policies and accountability. Nothing less. But if at all we have, if at all there is something that happened that is good in the Constitution of 2010 was devolution.
Collection of revenue. Collection of revenue at the county level.
Yes.
Has been a problem, or perhaps is a problem. And again, I would want to imagine that we envisioned a scenario where counties would be able to run their activities. They would not depend on the government. And as much as I know, money is collected and it goes to the national government and then disbursed back to the county. If there was proper collection of revenue, do you suppose we would be crying about all this that we are, especially when it comes to development?
Linda, there is no county in this country that cannot be able to raise revenue to run itself. And if a county cannot be able to run, because either it is small or the population, disband it. Because the population that lives there, the business activities that are ongoing, that are ongoing, should be enough to raise the revenue. In other jurisdictions, it happens. Why not in Kenya? How
Good
much?
Question. How much?
How much is collected by the Nairobi County? Look at it.
Right.
And the counties that have metropolitan cities. It is good money to be able to run those counties. And if you have proper policies and the governor, the leadership, ensures that they collect revenues and those revenues are properly utilized, and whatever they get from the central government is properly utilized, you'll see development. You
know, this is a conversation that runs the entire week. And before I close it, I think I will ask you the very same question that we asked the Deputy Governor. What do you think is the future of devolution? Because that's our main concern as it stands.
The future of devolution in Kenya is bright. And I repeat again, as long as we shall be having a national leadership that is willing, without interfering with the devolved functions, and as long as we have leadership within the county governments, both executive and the assembly, willing to work for the people,